I've been exploring other sites. I
Well,
mean,
everybody, welcome to our training on how I earned over 5,000 in passive income while cruising. I went on this Bliss retreat cruise and was hosted by Katerina Rando, and it was a really fun cruise, and we all were just having a great time. And I kept looking at my email, and all these sales were coming in while I was cruising, like it was outrageous, And I was like, wow, I'm so glad I had set up all these passive income streams because now, when I just go play and just do whatever, I can just earn money. And I did send some emails out, in the morning because it was kind of hard with this time zone because it was PST and I'm used to working in CST. So I kept having to get up 2 hours in the morning because I usually get up at like 8 a.m. I kept having to get up at 6 a.m. because people expect my email around like 8 a.m. So it was kind of complicated, deal with that time zone. But I did pretty good. Like I tried to, schedule some emails out so I could just goof off at the cruise and just have some fun. Oh, hey, Tracy. Yeah, Tracy went on the cruise too.
Hi,
Oh,
honey.
let me go in
Good to
and
see
get my
you.
slides. Yeah, did you enjoy yourself on the cruise?
Oh, yes. It was probably, I think, my fifth or sixth cruise with Katerina, so it's always a great time.
Oh, yeah, I need to go on one again.
Yeah, are you coming on Amp Up or the Bliss Retreat
Oh,
next
and
month?
I have plans for another retreat during that time. So unfortunately, I can't go to Amp Up, but I would
Oh,
have really liked to go. Like I kind of wish I didn't sign up for this other retreat now because I would have really liked to go to the Amp Up instead. But it's kind of too late because I've already, paid and I'm starting to make the monthly payments and I don't want to
yeah, yeah,
do that to the retreat host and, be a problem to her. So I'll just go on her retreat.
yeah. I'm sure it'll be great. That's how it
Okay, let
goes
me share my,
sometimes.
what was that?
That's how it goes sometimes. I'm sure it'll be great.
Oh yeah. Let me go and share my screen here. How I earned over 5,000 in passive income while cruising. How I earned 5,600 during the Bliss Retreat cruise and how you can earn passive income too. Hosted by Becky Beach, digital business scaling coach. About Becky Beach, first and foremost, I'm a mom to Brian. He's a wonderful 9-year-old boy. I almost said 8 because he's had a birthday recently in October. He's a wonderful 9-year-old boy and he can make anything out of a cardboard box. So you can see this boy with his boxes. Like he can make anything. Like he's made costumes, forts, spaceships, all kinds of things out of cardboard boxes. He's so creative. And I'm also a $1 million printable seller and coach. My first business was mombeach.com, which is a niche blog for moms. And I started selling printables on there. And then eventually I went into selling commercial use templates made in Canva and PowerPoint at plrbeach.com. And then I became the owner of coachbeckybeach.com, where I do courses, coaching, and a membership called businessbeachclub.com. And I'm passionate about helping others create their own six-figure and beyond digital product businesses. Sorry, just trying to mute so we get a clean record. I don't mean to offend anybody when I'm muting you. You're okay. Okay. So what you learned today, the passive income I earned during the cruise and how I did it. Steps you could take to set up passive income streams today. Then we'll get into any questions. But feel free to stop me anytime if you do have a question. I don't want you to leave you confused. So module 1, my cruise passive income. How much did I earn during this cruise? I earned $5,602.15 while I was on the Bliss Retreat cruise. From Stripe, I earned for about 1,400, from Stripe alone. That was over the course of like November 1st through November 9th. And then from PayPal, I earned $2,633.11. And this is how much I earned daily. Like the second, I earned like $528, so I was earning money. And then on the 5th, I earned $749. So this was all while I was just cruising and having a good time. And then from affiliate marketing, from promoting other people's products, I made almost $1,000, $915. And then my blog ads during that time gave me almost $600 just from having ads on my blog, so that totaled out to like $5,600. just from cruising and having a good time, and just that was mostly like passive income. Yeah, display that's my blog. So what are my sources of passive income? I do email marketing. I promote my products and other people's products with affiliate marketing to my email list. So I have several of my own products, but I also like to promote other people too, and they do the same for me. I have an affiliate marketing system with my business. I rely on affiliates and self-promotion. I do not run any ads, and also I rely on funnels that where I get, organic traffic from Google, Pinterest, Flipboard, Facebook, Instagram, places like that, and it gives me organic traffic. So I do not have to run a single ad. Like every time I run ads, I usually break even or it costs me money. So I don't really like to run ads on Facebook or Instagram. Like I just don't find it profitable. I'm sure there's a way to do it, but I just haven't cracked the code yet to ads. I just been growing with organic reach. So I do printable sales. I create and list printables on my Shopify store, Teachers Pay Teachers, and Etsy. And during the cruise, like I think during a little bit after, Etsy shut me down because I had earned so much money from Etsy that like they wanted more information for the IRS. So my Etsy store was frozen, for a couple of days, and I didn't know. So I could have been making more money had I been checking my Etsy store. But I was just too busy, cruising and stuff. So if you do have an Etsy store, make sure you check it, daily if you can, or make sure you keep track of any notifications, because Etsy can do anything they want. I mean, it's their platform. So that's why I prefer to have my own platforms like Shopify and Amember, because I just not really a fan of other people's platforms. Just like I'm not a fan of working for other people, I want to work for myself. So I think of having my own platforms like Shopify and Amember, that's a self-hosted store. I tend to enjoy that better than being on other people's platforms like Teachers Pay Teachers and Etsy. And even Amazon KDP can shut you down anytime as well. And then I earn money from courses, like passively. I do a lot of course sales on ThriveCart. ThriveCart is a platform where I earn money for my membership and courses. And then I also get Amazon KDP book royalties. Like those went directly to my account. I may have gotten some book royalties while I was on the cruise too, but I forgot to look in my Chase bank to see, because they deposit it directly to my Chase bank. So I have over 45, books, mostly coloring books like that, and planners on my Amazon KDP author. And then I earn money for memberships. I earn recurring revenue for my memberships, Business Beach Club, and I made a new membership called Palm Beach. Yeah, I made a new membership called Mom Beach Club. I'm also coming out with a third membership, which is for coloring book self-publishers. And I'm working on that. Hopefully I'll get it out this week, because it's using content I already have. The Mom Beach Club's using personal use content that I already have. And the coloring book membership will use content that I already have. But plus I'm going to do some like training for them on self-publishing as well. And then I do affiliate marketing. I sell affiliate products in my email list and blogs. And for those that don't know what affiliate marketing is, it's when you sign up for somebody else's product if they have an affiliate program, and then they give you a tracking link. And then when somebody purchases through that tracking link, you get a % of the product cost. And they define what you get. So some people will give you 50%, some will give you 40%, some will give you 25%. It just depends on the person that's running the affiliate marketing program. And you can get even less. Like Amazon just pays like 2%, or like sometimes some categories are just 1%, so Amazon is very low at payouts. So Rome wasn't built in a day, neither was my Fempire. Here is my timeline. So I've earned 540,000 thus far, and I call it a Fempire, just like Katerina, because she always says it's a Fempire. So I got started October of 2015, and this was when I was pregnant with my son, Brian. I started the Mom Beach blog because my boss sucked. And I opened my printable store in April of 2018. When I started selling printables and spreadsheets and using my blog to promote, my income skyrocketed. Like I started, making funnels, like I did like these free opt-in forms where you get a free printable. Then when you sign up, you're redirected to a sales page. And then if you buy, or if you don't buy, you still get a follow-up email sequence, and that sells you more products. So it's like a selling machine on autopilot when you do that. It's like a really good idea to do a sales funnel for everything you sell. Even when you sell something, you should do a sales funnel for like a follow-up email sequence for that product so you can sell more products to this person. Because if they bought one of your products, there's a big chance that they'll continue buying from you. And then I created my first course in May of 2018. My first course was on how to start a drop shipping store. Because before COVID, I was a drop shipper. Like I drop ship women's purses at my stores, Beach Sugar and Cosmo Wild. And I still have those domains. And I would drop ship women's purses, and I would advertise on Facebook. And also I would get with Instagram influencers, like micro influencers that had under 5,000 followers, and they would promote my purses. And I would look in fashion magazines to see what kind of purses are trending. And then I would look on this website called Alibaba, or there's also one called AliExpress, where you can do one-by-one products. And then I would look for purses that kind of looked like these ones that were in fashion magazines that kind of looked like it. And then I would sell those for like kind of a lower price, because those the real ones would be like thousands of dollars, but my purses were like $50. But actually, the purse was like $10 or $15. I could get it for $10 or $15 at AliExpress, and I would sell it for $50. So I made a really good markup on these purses. So I was doing that before COVID. And then when COVID happened, the Chinese factories all shut down, so I could no longer drop ship. Before I stopped, I had made a course about it, but now the course is outdated. If I were to do it again, I'll have to, start drop shipping again to come up with another course. But that was my drop shipping days. And then I opened a PLR commercial use store in June of 2020. And many moms wanted to sell my printables themselves. So I started selling done-for-you templates with Canva and PowerPoint that you could customize. Then you could resell them as your own. So these are like printables they're already done for you. And all you got to do is like customize them and brand them and put your logo and change them however you want, however you see fit. And then you save it as a PDF, and then you can sell it as your own on Etsy or your store, or use it as like an opt-in form. It's all kinds of different things you could do with it, or even self-publish it on Amazon as like a planner. And then I quit my job in September of 2021. I decided to pursue my business full time, and my boss pleaded with me not to quit because they really needed my skill set there. I can design and develop websites, and also code apps and create and design mobile apps too. So my skills are very high in demand. So they were pleading with me not to leave, but I just wanted to leave so I can run my business full time. And I was able to, 4 times my income from my job now that I had. And then I opened my membership business Beach Club in October 2021 after I quit, because I wanted to be able to do coaching and stuff during the day. And I wouldn't be able to do that if I was working full time. And they wanted everybody to come back into the office because COVID was about over. So that's another reason I quit, because I just wanted to work from home. I didn't want to go into the office any longer because it wasn't my kind of environment. It was kind of like a toxic work environment. It was all glass and steel, and it just wasn't, something that I enjoy to be in. I don't want to be in that kind of environment. And then I started earning recurring revenue each month, and also provide massive value to my clients. So okay, yeah. And then module 2, steps you could take to start earning passive income in 2025. And feel free to type in the chat or come off mute, because we're going to think about what kind of digital products you could make yourself to earn passive income. So first of all, serving your customers. What do you want to help your customers with? Does anybody have any customers they want to help? Like type in the chat or come off mute. And I'm sure there's like a lot of different things you could use digital products to further help your customers, because you can't be there all the time. I mean, there's only 24 hours a day, and you can't, constantly talk to your customers all day, especially if you're a service providing coach and you're constantly scheduling one-on-one meetings with these people. Like, how are you supposed to go on a cruise? How are you supposed to go on a vacation? Like, how are you supposed to earn money? Like, if you take time off. Like, I was talking to this one business owner when I was at the Polka Dot Powerhouse meeting a couple of weeks ago, and she can't take a vacation off because she's doing just all these services. Like, she's also making websites. She's talking to clients all day. Like she just doesn't have the time. And she would love to earn passive income too. So Tracy has a coaching clients and community members. And then Amanda is a former photographer and currently a virtual studio manager for luxury photographers. And she's capped out at her one-on-one work, but she wants to offer printables, guides, templates, etc. Yeah, you could, like I know on Etsy, there's a lot of photographers sell like photography templates, like on Canva, and also photo filters that people can use, to put their photo behind, like Photoshop photo filters, where you could use to, like to create the bokeh effect and different things like that, or even that effect where it has like a black, blur box around you, like that kind of look. I forget, I don't know what name, what you call that, but like there's a lot of people on Etsy selling those type of things and making a lot of money. Like you could just be in the photography niche and just create products for photographers. And Lisa, she recently took care of her two elderly family members. One of the stars of, and she would love to make printables to help people keep track of it all, logs to document phone calls with insurance templates for when you need to communicate with an elderly relative's utility providers and other service providers. Yes, that's an outrageously great niche to get into, because there's more and more people are finding that they have to take care of their elderly parents when they're like my parents are no longer with us, but if my parents were, I would have to be taking care of my elderly parents, and I would need support definitely with these printables to make sure that the caregivers had like a log for all the medications my family may need, so that's a big deal. Like that, I can see that helping a lot of people. And then Debbie wants to help customers with productivity, and she sells printable planners, journals. That's great. Yeah, I love helping people with productivity, because planners are amazing. Like I have this printed planner. It's by Erin Condren, and it's dated, and I use it all the time. Like every year I'll get another one, but a lot of people don't have $50. This cost me more than $50 to get this. I think I spent more because I customized the cover with my name, because I'm vain, so I wanted my name to be personalized. And so a lot of people will get printed planners on Etsy and just print them out and stick them in a 3-ring binder. Of course, after they hole punch them, so that's a thing to do, because that's a lot better for eco-conscious consumers that have lower budgets. So Carmelita's trying to come in and determine the right products to sell. Do you want to sell printables, courses, spreadsheets? Do you want to self-publish books, etc.? So like determine what kind of products would best serve your customers, because again, you can't be with them all the time. Like maybe they'll schedule a one-on-one meeting with you each week, but other than that, you're not with them. So if they have some product that they purchase from you, then they could use that, and that's a connection to you. That's an extension of you, and then they could go through that and go, oh yeah, like Tracy, I see this workbook I got from Tracy, and I really like it, and Tracy's so amazing. I think I'm gonna like get something else by her, like a course maybe. So there it stakes with them, and they can continue to be served by you through this digital product that they can use anytime they want, because they can't use you anytime they want, because you have a life yourself. Like maybe you want to be with your kids, maybe you want to be with your husband or your or whomever. You just want to, you don't want to be with a client like 247 constantly. So this digital product is with them 247. They can always get this digital planner or this course, and they can always use it anytime they want. It's on demand, kind of like Netflix. And you get started in baby steps. Start by breaking down the product in simple action steps. Aim to get one digital product created in a few months to start with. Like if you're brand new to creating digital products, like just like break it down into some simple action steps. Like, does anybody out there, what kind of digital product do you think you may want to make, like a course? Does anyone have any course ideas? Those courses have a higher perceived value, but a lot of people think they're overwhelming and stressful to create. But that's not the case. You can just start small, and the first step would be to like just do an outline of what do you think the course should have in it, and like to use sticky notes, and I'll put everything I want the course to have on the sticky note, and then I'll just do a big brain dump on all these sticky notes, and then I'll look at all my sticky notes in front of me on like a bulletin board, and I'll just like put what modules each of these sticky notes go into, because maybe these sticky notes kind of talk about the same thing, and I could put them under each module, and then that's a course outline done. You know how easy that is? Like anybody can do that. And that's how I make courses myself, as I do the sticky note method. And Tracy's teaching a live course now, and she wants to transform into a sellable digital course later. Oh yes, PLR courses are really good sellers. There's this one website called Coach Glue and another one called Content Sparks. And they sell, you know, PLR courses that people can, you know, customize and resell as their own. Like a lot of them will have like these PowerPoint slides or Canva slides, and then all you gotta do is film yourself talking, or you can even use like an audio. Like there's this other site called 11 Labs, which does AI voices, and you can also create your own voice as an AI voice, or even any other AI voice. And a lot of people will, you know, use that AI voice to read the slides and film it, you know, with like a screen recorder. So you don't even have to use your own voice now. You can, there's just so many options for you with AI. And then Lee says she has an idea for a course to help people who have to petition for legal guardianship of their elderly relatives due to dementia. Oh, that's just so important, man. And then stroke. And there are a lot of things that you need to know, but there isn't that much good content online. I wouldn't give any legal advice, just general advice and tips. Yeah, you don't want to give legal advice unless you're a trained lawyer, because you just got to be careful. I have a disclaimer that says you're not a legal expert. Like I do that on my blog. I say that I'm not a financial expert because I give a lot of, you know, money saving tips on my Mom Beach blog. So you got to have a disclaimer if you were to give any legal advice, or not legal advice, but just, you know, general advice and tips. Just say you're not a legal expert. But that's amazing, like a course to help, you know, people to have petition for legal guardianship. Yeah, that would be so helpful. So you just got to think about what you could make to serve your customers when you can't be there, because she doesn't have time to, you know, schedule all these one-on-one appointments with these people. You know, like who has the time for that? You can't do that, you know. So, you know, I used to work hourly as a web developer, and I also made mobile apps, and I would trade my time for money, you know. So I can only work a certain amount of hours in a day. But with digital products, I've been able to scale myself, you know, my money, my income, and the money's always coming to me. Like I don't even have to work that many hours. Usually I'll stop working around this time. You know, I'm like doing a training now, but usually I stop working afternoon, and then I clean my house, or I'll go, you know, I'll go shopping and get groceries for the family and kind of do housekeeping. So that's what I usually do. And, you know, I know a lot of people say, well, you should hire a maid to, you know, clean your house. But, you know, that just really, that's like my fun time. I love to clean and really, you know, get all everything together and organize and declutter. Like, I just love that. That's my happy place. I love to do that because I just love to see the end result. It's so satisfying to go from like a really messy house to a perfectly clean house. They know that you did it yourself, you know, for your family. It's just, okay, I won't get into that anymore. But yeah, you know what I mean? If you do. And you just don't get overwhelmed, because you just do the baby steps, just take action like towards your course or your digital product, you know, a little bit here and there. You know, I used to work 60-hour weeks as a web developer and mobile app creator. And what I would do is I would get up early to work on my printable. Like at the time I was side hustling with my blog and printable store. So I would get up early. I remember this one time Thanksgiving was coming up. So I made a Thanksgiving planner in the morning and also the previous night. And then I listed it for sale at lunch. Like at lunchtime, I uploaded it to my Shopify store. And then I like sent out an email about it. And I was getting sales while I was working. Like that really sold me on what I could accomplish with these digital products. And then while I was working for this dead-end job that I hated, like I was getting income, you know, from my printables. Like I was just amazing feeling knowing that I was earning money from my work like that. And you don't get stressed. Like that's another thing, you know, like for those that don't know, like I have a disability. And if I get stressed out, my symptoms get brought on, and I can't focus and I can't work. There's some days where I wake up and I'm like, nope, not today. And I have to go back to sleep because I'm just not feeling it. You know, how you ever felt that way? But because I work for myself now, if I have those days, that's perfectly fine, you know, because I schedule my email the previous night, you know, so I could just be in bed as long as I need to. And then when I feel better, I'll just get out and like do something, you know. So just don't get yourself overwhelmed and stressed, especially if you're disabled like me. You just can't deal with too much stress. It's like it's not good for your mental health. And start off small and grow big. Like everybody out there should just, you know, just do these little baby steps, you know, to get started. first determine, what you want to do to serve your customers, like to do a recap, and then determine the right products that will help them, that will be there with them when you can't be there, and get started in baby steps. And then make sure you don't get yourself overwhelmed and stressed. You just got to grow inch by inch, eventually, because, what I say is 2 steps backward. I mean, no steps forward is 2 steps back. That's why I say, because if you don't continue reaching your goal, and inching forward, like a little inchworm, a little inchworm or a snail, like they can go vast distances. Like, did you know that? Because even though they go so slow, like even turtles too, they can go, they can travel a lot because they stay just really steady. Slow and steady wins the race. Just like the tale of the turtle and the hare. And then where do you sell these digital products? Well, you can sell them on this site called ThriveCart. And during the Black Friday, I think they may have the deal still, but ThriveCart had like $100 off, and it was only like $500. And that's a one-time payment. You never have to pay again. There's no fees. And because, some platforms you pay for them each month, and plus they take fees. Like the Teachable, like when I was on Teachable, I had my dropshipping course on there. And every time someone bought my dropshipping course for $97, like Teachable would take a fee. And on top of that, Stripe would take a fee, or PayPal would take a fee. So I was getting even more fees. And I was like, oh, I hate this. Yeah, Teachable, like they just take so much fees. If you can't afford ThriveCart and you can only afford like monthly payments, then you may want to go to a site like Teachable, because ThriveCart is a pay once, but it's very expensive, and not everybody has that in their budget to spend like $600 or $500. And then A Member is a self-hosted membership platform, and it's only $150, a one-time payment, but then you have to pay $50 a year for the support and upgrades. So I use A Member for my PLR store, and the reason is PLR sellers, most of them have, A Member stores too. And A Member has a built-in affiliate program. And if you're a PLR seller, and that stands for private label rights commercial use, then people don't know what that is. Nobody's really searching for it on Google unless they know what it is, and nobody knows what it is when they're looking at ads, so you can't really run ads or rely on SEO for your PLR, or even on Pinterest. Like I was trying to promote my PLR on Pinterest, and I barely had any clicks. I think most people just didn't know what it was. But I use affiliates, other people in the PLR community. The PLR community is very tight knit, and we keep track with each other. We all know what's going on. If there's a problem customer, we'll immediately, notify each other about it. And then a lot of times we'll block them from our stores because we don't want to deal with them. Like I had this problem customer that kept on doing chargebacks on Stripe, and she was doing it to other people too in our community. So a lot of us just blocked her because we didn't want to deal with that, because she would get the product and she wanted it for free. So she would do a chargeback, and that cost us like $20 extra on Stripe. And then Shopify, I use that too for my Mom Beach printable store. It's shop.mombeach, and I sell personal use products, like personal use products that you can't sell. I have that for my Shopify store. And it also has an affiliate program called GoAF Pro. And GoAF Pro is a free affiliate program for Shopify. It's a plugin, and it's really easy to use. And I have a lot of people promoting my Shopify printables, because a lot of the bloggers, they don't have their own products. They don't have the time to make their own products. So they will talk about my printables in their blog posts and put their affiliate link. And then when someone buys through their link, they get 40% of the sale. And there's one person in particular, makes me probably, she makes me like almost over $100 a week, because she's always promoting my printables on her blog. And Thinkific is kind of like Teachable too. Like they kind of go together. And I don't want to bring them up until later, because Thinkific, also charges you fees, but they're good because they'll connect to Shopify, because if you want to sell your products on Shopify, like a course on Shopify, you can connect to Thinkific, because as ThriveCart doesn't connect to Shopify any longer, like it has a lot of trouble. Think if you use Zapier, you can figure it out. But I was trying to have somebody help me that's supposed to be this big tech guru, and he was trying to help me. He couldn't figure it out how to connect my Shopify to my ThriveCart. So eventually I just made free coupon links with my ThriveCart and put them on a PDF. And then when someone buys in my Shopify store, they get access to the course through the PDF free coupon. That's what I had to end up doing. And then PayHip is free. Only when someone buys, they charge a 5% transaction fee. So it's completely free to use. You can have a store, you can sell courses on there, you can sell digital products. It's payhip.com. And there's other plans, like say you start and earn a lot of money, then you could upgrade and then you would be charged less fees. I think the step up, you get 3%, and then it just keeps, the more money you pay them each month, the less fees they take from you. I think the highest upgrade, they don't take any fees from you, but it's a monthly fee. But to get started, it's completely free. And then there's Sindal. Sindal was like one I kind of started with when I was first doing printables. And it's not a cart. I mean, it's not like a store. It's just like a cart where you just have one product there to like sell, kind of like Thrive Cart, which isn't a store either. Kind of similar. You can like sell digital products on there, like one thing, and you can just give people a sales page, and it has pretty good conversion rates. I think the one of these has the best conversion rates, because I used to do UX design and I would make mobile apps and websites and stuff. So I know good conversions when I see it, and the good design. And I think the best of all of these, I think Shopify may have the best like a conversion rate, at least for me, of any of these, because you can do like a one-click checkout with Shopify, and that's what Amazon does. They do a one-click checkout where you don't have to do anything. You just go buy now, and then that's it. You don't have to ask you any more questions. You immediately start buying. You can connect right to your cart, have a one-page checkout. Excuse me, a one-page checkout. And it'll also save your information too. Like it'll save the person's address and their payment method and right into the Shopify. But it'll be in their web browser. A lot of times Chrome and other browsers will save the person's address and their payment method. And it seems Shopify really allows that to happen, because some of these other ones don't allow their address to populate in the form. Like ThriveCart doesn't allow it, because I try to use ThriveCart and I know my address is saved in my web browser, but like I still got to type in my address anyway, and ThriveCart, and also my payment method and email. But but Shopify seems to really integrate well with your browser, and it will save the payment method of the customer. That's why I really like Shopify. And then Amazon KDP, you can self-publish books. Like I have lots of books published on Amazon, and I get royalty payments sent right to my bank account. Like when I was on the cruise, I did see some like transactions from Amazon, and it was pretty cool to just get this passive income from my books being sold on there. But you got to really know SEO on Amazon and know what keywords to use. And I've had lots of training on keyword research with Amazon, so I tend to do really well on that. And then Etsy is another platform. And a lot of people, start with Etsy. That's good for like new people that are just getting started. And it's a platform that has a built-in marketplace. And there's millions of people that use it, because Etsy is always doing advertising. So it brings in people to your product. But you got to do SEO again, because if you don't know how to do Etsy SEO properly, or keyword research, then you can really fall flat and you won't receive much traffic to your product. And some people will even run ads on Etsy. But the problem is, when someone goes to your listing, other people's products are on your listing too. There's competition. So that's why I enjoy having my own Shopify store. In particular, I tend to make more money on my Shopify than I do on my Etsy, because only my products are on my listing, and there's no competition. When someone gets to my store, that's all they can see, only my products only. If they go to my Etsy store, they'll see other people's products, like maybe another person's product is cheaper or looks better or who knows what. And even if you run ads to your Etsy store, you still see people's products on your listing. And a lot of times I'll get notifications on Etsy that some of my products were sold by ads, because other people's ads brought them to my product, because they clicked off the person's sales page and went to my product. My product was being shown on their sales page. So that's what that means when you see that and you go, I'm not running ads. Like on Etsy, it will tell you that. And even if you're not running ads, it will still tell you that some of your products sold by the ads. So this is there's a lot of people are wondering what PLR commercial use templates are, because PLR commercial use templates make creating digital products fast and easy. Before we get to that, I already got to Lee's question. I thought there was a new question in the chat. Yeah, so before we move on, is there anybody who has any questions about anything that I've covered thus far? I wonder if anyone's confused, or because I don't want to get too ahead of myself if there's a lot of confused people out there. But there's just so many ways that you can earn this passive income online. There's just Like there's even more ways than what I'm covering here. Like there's also print on demand. Like if you don't want to sell printables, you could just sell your designs using AI. You can make print on demand, like wall art, like all different kinds of things like mugs, t-shirts, hats, using this site called Printify, because Printify and Printful, they merged. So they're now the same site. And Printful had a large library of different types of products that you could, do print on demand with. Because print on demand means you create the design and then it's like listed on the site. And you can also integrate it with your Shopify store or even a TikTok store. And when someone buys it, it's sent to the Printful or Printify, like place. And then those people will print it for the customer and ship it to them, kind of like drop shipping. And you do nothing. You sit there and get the money. And they even handle the customer service too. Like, yeah, I think you handle customer service. I'm thinking about Amazon FBA. Amazon FBA will do your service for you and everything in your returns. You don't got to do anything if you sell with Amazon FBA. That's fulfilled by Amazon. It's kind of similar. There's even, Amazon merch, which also is print on demand. But it's really hard to get into Amazon merch. Like I'm still trying. Like I do sell on Redbubble, and I'm coming out with a new print on demand store. Okay, well, I'm getting ahead of myself, but that's just other ways you could, earn money is the print on demand if you're not into selling these planners, if you're not much of a designer. But even if you aren't a designer, you could still start with PLR commercial use templates because they make creating digital products easy. Like all these products here, like I'm coming out with this pregnancy planner smartphone tomorrow, and it's a Canva template that's already designed. All you gotta do is put your logo here. Just like here, this is a PLR, and all I did was put my logo, and I made this PLR for my PLR Beach store, and I also sell it on my Mom Beach store too. So for my Mom Beach store, I put a logo, but the PLR Beach store doesn't have a logo because it's customizable. And this is a digital planner that I sell. It's a template. You could customize it because digital planners have a higher perceived value on Etsy. Like I do very well. People use digital planners on their tablets. And this is a smartphone planner. People use these on their smartphones. They'll put it into GoodNotes. GoodNotes is an app. You can have it on your phone or you can have it on your tablet. You can open up the digital planner into your app and use an Apple Pencil and write into the planner. You can zoom in if there's smaller areas, and then you write something. And the same with the phone too, the smartphone planners. These are some products that are doing very well on Etsy right now, the digital planner and the smartphone planner. And then this is a case of emergency planner that I'm coming out with, probably this month or next month as a new thing. And it can be customized too. And this is a coloring pack. I do color by numbers and dot to dot and coloring packs activities that are commercially used that you could customize and resell. So Karen wants to know how I build my email list. Well, what I do to build my list, let me stop sharing for a moment. Well, what I do to build my list, a lot of times I'll enter, summits and bundles. I go to this Facebook group called Bundles of Bundles Facebook group. That's just what I've been doing lately, but I have gotten, my email list just from the free opt-in forms that I get from traffic from Pinterest and Google. But this is the Bundles of Bundles Facebook group. I highly recommend everybody join this to get into bundles. And a bundle is when you give one of your products for use in the bundle, and then in return you'll get subscribers, and then possibly even sales if you're doing an upsell product. So that's how I've been growing lately. I'm also running my own events too. Like a couple, I think like last month or so, or a month before, I had my own summit, and I was doing that to get even more people. And I tend to get a lot more people when I run my own event than I do when I sign up for somebody else's event. But never pay to be in events. Like there's some events that may ask you to pay. Don't do that, because your product you're given for free, and your knowledge, if you're a speaker, is enough. Because that's a trend right now. People are telling you to pay to be in summits and bundles, and that's a no-no. Like I actually, paid $300 to be in this one summit, and it was a ripoff. I only got 17 leads from that. I couldn't believe it, and they were promising millions of reach, and I'm like, what in the world? How to get like 17 people if they have millions of reach? Like I think it was a scam. So I don't recommend paying to be in anybody's summit or bundle. Oh, am I? Okay, she said it's quiet in here. They're all done. What's I hear? Oh, is you having trouble with the sound? Looks like Momo Do is having trouble with the sound. And make sure you check your sound system. Okay, is anybody hear me okay? It looks like she's having trouble.
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
Oh, good. Okay, because it looks like somebody is having trouble with the sound quality.
Yeah, I think they already jumped too.
Okay. Yeah, so that's a way I get leads, is I'll do that. Plus, I got my own Facebook group too. One of the questions is, can I have your email address? Because that can get you a lot of leads, especially if you put keywords into your Facebook group. Like for instance, my Facebook group is called Becky Beach, digital product sellers and publishers group. And a lot of people I find will search like publisher or digital products or sellers, and then they'll end up in my Facebook group. They'll see it in the results and they'll join and give me their email, and then I can put that on my list. All I gotta do is copy their email and put it into my email list in my email service provider. Yes, those are just some ways that I've been using to get leads. And of course, I also use organic traffic from Google, Pinterest, Flipboard, Facebook, and Instagram Reels to also bring traffic to my products and like podcast and website and everything. Okay, so let's continue. I just want to make sure I answered that before. Okay. Yeah, so PLR commercially use templates, and they make creating digital products fast and easy. So printable templates, you can get started with done-for-you printable templates in Canva and PowerPoint. And these are already done for you. All you gotta do is, just get them, you can get them from bundles or even purchase them from people's stores, because there's like people that sell these too. Like I sell them as well at plrbeach.com. And you could, get them and then you could download them and then customize them in Canva or PowerPoint. And there's digital planner templates. Like digital planners sell for more money on Etsy because they have higher perceived value. And these templates are in Canva and PowerPoint for easy customization and branding. So my smartphone planners, they're in Canva. And then I also have PowerPoint version. It just depends, because some people can't use Canva because their internet's too slow. So they have trouble. So PowerPoint's best for them. And some people can't afford Microsoft, $99 a year for PowerPoint. So they prefer Canva. So it's good to have both. If you're going to sell PLR yourself, like you should, because you can make a PowerPoint right out of Canva too. You can save your Canva template as a PowerPoint. So that way you have two versions, especially if you were to sell PLR templates yourself. You should always have two versions. So Tracy wants to sell PLR courses. So like it's recommended that she puts her slides in both Canva and PowerPoint in case the person that buys it doesn't have Microsoft. They can use Canva for the templates, because that would be included in her course. And then coloring pages, and these coloring packs are done for you. You just self-publish them as books or printables on Etsy or Amazon KDP, and then you start cashing in. Like you could they're already done for you. Like I sell a lot of coloring pages at plrbeach.com. They're just done for you. You don't got to do anything. And I got printable planners, for coaches and all, and like different, niches. And these are all available at my website, plrbeach.com. So if you're interested, you could check that out. Okay, then last we got to the questions. And does anyone have any questions? And plus, I'm giving everybody a free printables training, and you get a Canva template. Just go to beckybeach.co/free bliss. You get a free course on how to make printables. And then you also get a free Canva template, so you can start, customizing it as your own and selling it right away. So that's a freebie I'm giving for being here today. And I have a membership called Business Beach Club, and you get 20+ courses on creating and selling digital products, monthly commercially used digital product bundle. You get members only events, monthly live training, and so much more. So that's my membership, Business Beach Club. If anyone's interested in checking that out. Okay, does anyone have any questions about anything we covered today?
Hey, Becky, I had a question. I put it in the chat, but I'll just ask.
Sure, let me look. Okay.
The template, like if you go in Canva and you just use their templates, those are not for commercial use. Is that right? Like you can't.
Oh yeah, yes, you aren't supposed to do that.
Yeah.
Like I just wouldn't do that. It's kind of a no-no. Like even if you were to customize it enough, like what if somebody saw it and they go, "Oh, that looks like a Canva template," and they contact Canva. Next thing you know, you got a lawyer on your back. You don't need that kind of shit.
Okay, good. I wanted to make sure that I didn't mishear that was the case.
Oh yes, if you're going to do any PLR commercial use templates to sell, you got to do it from scratch yourself. Like I don't recommend starting with anybody else's PLR or anybody else's commercial use templates. You know, PLR kind of means the same as commercial use, but I recommend starting from scratch to create your own templates, and also pay attention to your graphics, your graphic use, because some graphic like websites like Design Bundles or Creative Fabrica, even Canva doesn't allow you to use the graphics as is. You have to change them. Even if you go into Canva and make a new design and just put one of their graphics in there and try to save it, it won't let you because they want you to change it and add different things, add more than one design to it. So you got to be careful about the licenses of these images you use. You can also use like AI images. If you go to midjourney.com, you can make images there, and that would be yours. But there's also a Creative Commons law with creating AI images. Like it's not fully yours, so you can't, you can't copyright these images because they're in the Creative Commons license because they're AI. So that's a problem people are like experiencing right now. And Deirdre says she wants to expand her business and start selling printables. And where do you recommend to start first with all the different options? And what's your workflow for creating printables and then selling them? So I think the best place is to get started on Etsy because it has a built-in marketplace and there's traffic built into it. And that'd probably be the best place to get started for those that are brand new that have no audience yourself. But if you are a blogger and you have an email list and you have traffic coming to your blog, or even you could probably get away with like joining PayHip, if you have very little money, or if you have a Shopify store and that's $29 a month, but the PayHip is free. So you can, get either of those, and then you can just link the stores to your blog and then drive traffic to those stores from your blog. And I have a course in the membership called Printables Blog Academy, where I tell you how you could drive traffic to your printables, using your blog. So that's in the membership, where you can get it separately for like, I think it's $500 separately, but the membership it's included. So I think that'd be the best place to start is on Etsy, but you got to really think about Etsy SEO. So I recommend getting like a keyword research tool. There's one called eRank. There's one that I like to use called Sales Samurai. And if you use the coupon PLR Beach with Sales Samurai, you get to save money. I think it's like $2 a month. Yeah, so Sales Samurai, if you use coupon PLR Beach, you save $2 a month with that. So that's a good tool for Etsy SEO. And then my workflow is I like to get a sketchbook, and I'll or even one of my pads. I got tons and tons of these. I buy these all the time. And what I do is I sketch out the layout, because I used to do a lot of graphic layout when I used to be a graphic designer first, and then I went into web design and making mobile apps. But I got started in graphic design. That's my college major is in graphic design. So what I like to do is just sketch out just a layout. And I'll do the same when I was making websites too. But now I'll do the layout for like planners, and I'll just sketch out the layout that I want. And then I'll give it to my VA, because I hired a VA from the Philippines, and she's a designer too. She used to work for a design agency before it closed because of COVID. So now she works for me full time, and I'll create stuff and she does too. So while I'm sleeping, she creates my things, like because her time zone's different. So while I'm asleep, I'm still getting stuff made because she's creating it. Then when I wake up, I'll create stuff myself. So day and night, I'm getting products created. So it's really beneficial if you can like hire someone from the Philippines or elsewhere, or at least hire someone, period, because then you can get more productivity done. And she charges me, I think, like $10 an hour, but I pay her full time, so I kind of tend to pay her a lot more than that as a full-time salary. But before I was just paying her $10 an hour. And some of the people will charge you even less, like for just to get started. But it's like, seems that the more skilled workers will charge more, but the less skilled workers, they need to be trained, because the Filipino people are extremely brilliant, just wonderful people, such hard workers in general. I'm not saying everybody is like that, but the people I've worked with from the Philippines have all been very hardworking. But I've had like a bad apple before, but that you just never know who you're going to get. But like I had someone that was just a complete, I don't want to like, whatever, but like they just weren't the best worker. So it just depends on who you get. But for the most part, the Filipino people I've worked with are just amazing, and they do such good quality work, and they have a really good work ethic. So it just depends. Like maybe if you're of a shoestring budget, you can get started at the site called onlinejobs.ph. And you could hire someone from the Philippines there, like a VA or like an assistant or a product creator. And like that's a good place to post. You can even hire coloring book artists on there. There's all different kinds of people that may have a skill set you may want. And you can also use upwork.com if you want to hire other people besides Filipinos. Yeah, so you think you might want to get a VA. Yeah, you can get a VA. Yeah, so from the sketch, I'll have the sketch and then I'll go into Canva and do a wireframe. Like a wireframe is kind of like just like a loose, like boxes, kind of no graphics, just a wireframe like the tables in Canva and create it in there. I'll use PowerPoint. Like I used to use just PowerPoint, but now I like to use Canva and then I convert it to a PowerPoint. So I got two versions of it for the people that don't have PowerPoint or Canva. Because I tend to make more money selling two versions of the digital product. So then I'll make it. Then after that, after I like the layout I have, then I'll go in and add graphics, like in fonts and colors, and make it look pretty. But I tend to do more of a minimalistic design when I sell PLR because I don't want people to be able to see it and be able to change it as their own. I don't want it to be too heavily designed. So I tend to, have minimal graphics, and light colors. And I don't want to get people too overwhelmed with the design. If you already have a complete design already done that's very image heavy, you got to watch out for that because people tend to not buy it because it's just too designed. So Arjun says he could be a VA. Oh, cool. We already got somebody and we're networking. Like Arjun says that I'm not sure I'm not sure. I'll just say they, I don't really know, but say they want to be a VA too. That's pretty cool. Yeah, make sure you post your contact information in here, Arjun, maybe your email or something, your website, so we can connect with you or
Oh,
even
yeah.
social media.
Yeah. I would do that. Yeah.
Oh, great. Yeah, we're glad we got somebody in here. We're networking. That's awesome. So is there any more questions about anything before we end today's call?
Oh yeah. I've been wondering, this passive income is one of the side hustles, I agree. And there's other side hustles I've been associated with, like VA and transcribing works. If you could do affiliate marketing, if anybody has such requirements, I would really appreciate that. If not not exactly like affiliate marketing, if you could put in a word, if anybody has such requirements, like Miss Johnson has some requirements looking for a VA, and I'm associated with side hustles like this passive income, VA, and transcribing work. So if you have any people looking for such requirements, you can share my contact details. I would
Oh,
really
awesome. Yeah,
appreciate
make
such
sure you put
help.
your contact in there. So if anybody needs VA services or affiliate marketing services or whatever, I forget what else. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. I would do that in just a few minutes. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, also make sure you post in there before the chat's over because we're probably in the call soon. So is there anything else? Like Tracy says, she loves the reminder to start small and don't get overwhelmed and stressed. Yeah, that's like so important. You don't want to get yourself stressed because that just leads to burnout. Like you'll just burn yourself out. And I take at least one day a week for self-care. Friday is my self-care day. So in the morning, I'll send an email out or just do some, maybe answer some emails. Because I answer all my emails myself except for giving bonuses. Now I have my VA give bonuses out because that was just getting too overwhelming and stressful having to give so many bonuses out. Because I do a lot of affiliate marketing and I give a bonus for every single time someone buys with my link. They get a bonus, and that's why I'm so good at affiliate marketing because I give like bonuses out, and that makes me more successful as an affiliate marketer. So I make a lot of money with affiliate marketing due to the bonuses, but it's just hard to give them all out. So I have my VA give the bonuses out, and then I'll like stop to work, out on Fridays, and then I'll go get my nails done. Like I love to get my nails done. I got like bows last time. Like I got like a Christmas bow, and I got like red tips. Or I like to get a pedicure or my hair done. Like I'm so overdue. Well, I got my hair done on the cruise actually. Yeah, so I got a haircut and my hair done and styled on the cruise. Yeah, so I like my bangs are growing longer again. Maybe I need to get a trim. So Deirdre says, is it the Business Beach Culture membership that helps with PLR? Oh yes, the businessbeachclub.com. There's a course in there that's usually being sold for $500 called PLR Sales Accelerator. And it's in the membership. And the membership's like $50 a month. or the pro membership's 150 a month, but you get coaching with the pro. But the basic with no coaching, just products only, is like $50 a month, and you get access to PLR Sales Accelerator. And that's my course that shows how to sell PLR. And I have all these tips and tricks on what I've learned being a PLR seller myself. So that, yeah, that's in the businessbeachclub.com too, that PLR course. So Karen says, this has been super informative. Thanks for offering your time and knowledge. Oh, great. Thanks so much, Karen. I'm so glad that you found value in this. Okay. I don't see his email yet. Is Arjun's email or anything, or any contact information? Hope he doesn't forget so we can get in touch with him. Okay, there it goes. Okay, there it says, if anyone wants, make sure you take a screenshot right now if you want to get in touch with Arjun. Okay, well, have a great day, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye.